It's time for another one of my suggestions. I have to apologize. Something's not right with must be my recording software or something. My audio and my video probably aren't quite matched up, but hopefully the audio is what's important because the video probably shows me looking all rough and whatever else. So, anyways. Um, I was pleased to see that there is a lot of other information on YouTube showing us the origins of some of these pagan holidays that we have observed for too long. And I'm pleased that we're getting more and more bold trying to reach our roots and restore things to the way that our Master wants it. But this one is going to be about commandments, things of that nature. Now, deep inside each one of us, we have a tendency to rebel. We've all been kids before. Maybe you're still a kid. Maybe you're on your parents' computer and they're asleep or something, but chances are you're probably a teenager, adult, whatever, maybe parent, grandparent, who knows. But when we were kids, we kind of had a tendency sometimes to rebel. So the more we understand about ourselves, the better off we can be in kind of avoiding, the things that we shouldn't be doing. When we have kids, we don't want them to rebel. We want them to obey. Because we feel we know what's best for them. Now, we have to understand that the family, having children, is kind of it's a good picture of our Creator and how He's made us, and He knows what's best for us, and He tells us what's best for us, but we have a tendency to rebel. And I want to suggest to you that wherever in time and however, whenever it came to pass, that we all of a sudden decided that the law was evil and was bad, and we're so happy we don't have to follow it anymore. That's really just a spirit of rebellion, and I really feel it's a demonic spirit. I don't think that it's bad to have to follow and obey the commandments of Yahweh. I think it's a privilege. It's a blessing. I really think that He is telling us how to be prosperous, how to be fruitful, how to live a life that He's designed for us. And if we look at some of the very influential prophets or characters within the Bible, such as David, he was talking about the law or the Torah being sweet like honey on his lips, being more precious, more valuable than gold or silver. And his son, who many consider to be one of the wisest men that ever lived, and all his experiences, one of the final things that he had to say is, it all boils down to fear Yahweh and obey His commands. Then we look at our Messiah, who is perfect in every way, and we look how He fulfilled this law, but He never said not to do it, not to follow it. Instead, He followed and obeyed all of it, each and every way, each and every law, each and every command. And then what did He say? He said, follow me. Now, you can look at that a lot of ways, but I think the best way to look at that, the best analogy I can think of is like those old kung fu movies, where you had battling masters in the town, and they had their disciples or their pupils. And the best pupil was the one who dressed like the master, ate like the master, learned the master's special moves, talked like the master, repeated the master. That was going to be the best pupil. the best follower, in a sense. Now, you might have had some new pupils. Maybe they just got enough money to join his dojo or his, whatever that might be called. And that's when they would begin to learn and begin to turn from their ways that were different than this sensei or this master. But I think that's what really we need to be doing. If you want to follow your master, do what he did. Do exactly what he did. When someone says, you don't have to do that, you don't have to obey that, you don't have to do that, you're not under that anymore. What did the master say? Get behind me, Satan. I'm instructed to do something, and I'm going to do it, no matter who follows me, who likes me, who hates me, who wants to kill me. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Now, this is powerful stuff, and it can cause a discomfort within us, and it can cause some people maybe to think of legalism or being legalistic or expecting the law to save us. And the only one that can save us is the one that made us. Okay, our Creator, Yahweh, created us and will save us. But do we expect him to save us if we just completely ignore him? Completely ignore how he's saving us through his Son, and we completely ignore his Son and do things the way we want? We create new names for him. We create new holidays for him. We tell everybody, it's okay to eat whatever you want. Everything's permissible. It's all okay. We can say, you were so wrong for being gay. You're so wrong for these things that you're doing. You're killing babies. But the Sabbath is any day you choose. It's okay as long as you pick one. It's okay. And let's call him God. Let's call him these names. It doesn't really matter what we call him. Well, I want to tell you that we have to be strong 100%. 100% yes, or 100% no. There's no in between. Now that we're not going to be so nitpicky that we want to judge and bring people down just because of what they're doing and accuse them, etc., but I want to tell you that if it's within our ability to obey his commands, we need to do it every time, all the time. We need to use his name, restore his name, use his Son's name, Yeshua, the salvation of Yahweh. We need to observe the Sabbath, not lie, not steal, obey the commandments, obey and observe the feasts. Every single one. Because there's blessing. He says, do this, I'll do this. Do this, I'll do this. So let's do it. Because we love him. Because he's saving us. And Yeshua said that he's laying down his life. And it's the greatest thing, the greatest act of love is to lay down your life for others. And now he did that. And he said, I'm doing this for my friends. And who is his friends? He said, I'm doing this for my friends. My friends are those who do the will of my Father. So, not to be judgmental, not to point fingers at individuals, because I've been there. I know what it's like. But you can go and you can have prayer meetings and do great things and build big churches and do all these great, wonderful things. And they're great, don't get me wrong. But when that day comes, if we didn't do what he did, we didn't do what God said to do, Yahweh said to do, then we're just going to be sitting here trying to say that what we did was good enough. Please ignore whatever you told me to do and rather look at what I thought was a better thing to do. That doesn't make sense with our children. It doesn't make sense at our jobs. It doesn't make sense in any aspect of our life. So how can it make any sense when it comes to our relationship with the one who made us? It can't. And again, this is a suggestion. I find myself being a little bit harsh at times, but the time is coming and we must act now. We must act now.